What it do, what it is, man. Y'all already know this your boy RaRa, man. Rockin' with hip hop since 1987. All day, every day, high end, low life out. Go get that. Art District. Yeah.
Shout my hip hop since 1987, niggas. Hip hop since 1987.com.
You know what it is, your man El Dorado, hip hop since 1987. We live right now, Melrose Ave in Los Angeles, California, and I got the honor and the pleasure of being with Atlanta hip hop artist RaRa. What's going on, good brother? How you doing today?
Just working, man. Just working out here, BET weekend. Just happy to be out here, you know what I'm saying, pushing my music and getting that network with the different people, you know.
Now, we understand you recently dropped a new project. It's entitled Hell, but it actually has a meaning behind it. Elaborate on the project and what was going through your mind when you were creating the mixtape.
The mixtape called High End Low Life, and you know, just at the time when I was creating it, I just wanted to make some authentic music for myself. You know what I mean? Me being in the game for a minute, I never thought people really got a chance to really know who I was as a person. So with this particular project, I just want to make sure people know me, man. I want to take it back to the essence of things, and you know, just kind of like getting into a lot of different situations, growing up in the industry. You know what I mean? And you know, going through the trials and tribulations. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, as you gave mention to, you've been in the game for a while. So how do you feel like your sound has grown or you have evolved as an artist?
I think it's just been a bit learning process for me, man. Just sitting back and just watching, you know, new cats come in the game and just, you know, just learning, man. And I think I did a 360, and I'm still like picking up game right now. You know what I mean? So as I go and as I move around, I'm just, you know, learning as I go, man. But it definitely now with the new wave, just since they got this YouTube and all this stuff here with the blogs and stuff, man, it definitely like, you know, you can learn stuff. And back when I first came out, 2004, 2005, it wasn't really much of that going on then. So, you know, I got to look at certain artists move in certain ways you should do certain things as an artist, and I know it really helped me. So now I'm just in the groove of just really pushing forward with it.
Now, as we gave mention to, we normally do our thing and see each other in Atlanta, but we out here on the West Coast right now in LA. Why don't you explain to up and coming artists the importance of actually getting out, networking, and branding yourself?
I mean, that's the most important part of the game, man. Like one of the biggest things I learned about the game is the job is never over. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter if you get hot, you never done. You never done. You win a Grammy, you still ain't done. So it's an ongoing situation. You ongoing pushing it. Like, you know, it's a never ending game. And I think that's one thing I didn't get. You know what I mean? But I look at people like Ross, and I look at people like Jeezy, or even Jay-Z, or people who just had these runs. And I just thought about it like, man, these dudes been hot for a long time. And that's because they never stop. You know what I mean? You only good as your last hit. So it's like, if your last hit was a couple years ago, then that's how relevant you are. But if you just keep working and never stopping, then you never come out. And I think before you know it, you be done went by 10 years or 20 years and you just ain't never stopped. That's the thing that I think a lot of young artists don't know, that you just got to keep pushing, regardless of what accomplishments you achieve, you know, what level you get to. It's still an ongoing grind. So always just stay focused on the grind and, you know, don't get caught up in the hype, and, you know, just keep pushing and stay humble, and, you know what I mean, network with the people and stay down with the people and come up with people and build these relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like me and you know what I mean? We bumping in each other and we building our relationship. That's a good thing, because, you know, we gonna be the people that's in this game pushing forward, you know what I'm saying, these next 5 years and these next 10 years. So I ain't telling how many interviews me and you gonna do. We might even graduate from that and start throwing events ourselves together, you know what I mean? And that's what the game about, just getting with them people who coming up with you and, you know, pushing the envelope, you know what I mean?
Now, I definitely think your project so far has been one of the most slept-on projects to come out in 2014. Can you give us a little insight of what was going through your mind on the project, and maybe a favorite 1 or 2 tracks on the project?
The whole CD to me, because I think because I grew so much with this project and I was so hands-on with the project, for the artwork and for as producing all the tracks on the CD. I think this, like, I'm in love with the whole CD, but the whole mind frame that I had when I was doing the CD was basically just, you know, be authentic, you know what I mean? Put my brand out there and give the people something that they don't, you know, that they haven't seen. And like I feel like with my particular project, I feel like I gave the people something that, you know, every other artist ain't gave them. You know what I mean? And that's not to take credit from no artist, because everybody do their thing. But I feel like I gave you this element of, you know, a person that's being from poverty or being from a certain area and coming up and just actually speaking on them things that a lot of people scared to say. You know what I'm saying? Like how growing up without a dad might make you feel as a person, or growing up, or how that even affect you as a teenager, and things like that. So I feel like I dug deep into those things, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to it. And I feel like there's a lot of people, like I'm out here in LA and I'm moving around. I just came from New York, but I feel like it's just like I gotta push it out, and I gotta let people get it, because a lot of people don't know about it yet, and we still pushing it. You know what I mean? And you gotta just give people. I don't think people expected it from me. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like the CD, more than anything, from people, it got a shock value to it. Like, man, I ain't know he can, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't know he can do that. Like, you know what I mean? But that's a good thing, though. You know what I mean? I ain't tripping about it.
Now, you're more than just an artist. You're more than just a hip-hop artist. We won't put you in that box. You're definitely an entrepreneur. You're doing your thing in the fashion world as well. So elaborate on what you have going on fashion-wise.
I got well, I'm into all kind of fashion, man. Really, I'm into just creating, period. You know what I mean? As a kid, I always wanted to, you know, take old school cars and, you know, fix them up, paint them, put new interior in it. And that is the thing. That's the same thing about everything I do. Like I always want to take something and turn it into something. You know what I mean? Take nothing and turn it into something. And as I feel like I did that with my life personally, coming from where I came from to even be out here in LA and BET weekend. And I feel like everything that I encounter and everybody that I'm around, I feel like, oh, I want to always make that better than what it already is. And so with my clothing line, you know what I mean? The clothing line called Dealers in Paris. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like a high-end streetwear, you know what I mean? For people that's in the hood, you know what I mean? Because we spending $200, $300, $400, $500, you know what I mean, on Gucci belts and Louis belts, and you know what I mean? But it ain't really people that really, you know, accept us that we buying into. So I feel like I want to create a high-end brand that's a streetwear that's still comfortable for people from the hood or people from wherever to respect and wear. And at the same time, the person who made it, the person behind it, accepts you wearing it. Because I know if I go in Louis right now, they going to look at me like I'm supposed to be in there. You know what I mean? When we the main people who giving them money. We the main people who buying these belts and these shoes every week, $600, $700. It's like for a person that you spending that type of money with and not really respect you, that's kind of crazy. So my whole thing is like create that same type of vibe and create this same type of apparel, but, you know, be more in touch with the people that I'm, you know, putting it out there for. You know what I mean?
I totally respect that. As 2014 moves along, for your fans that you currently have and new fans that you're building, for those who want to follow your music and your fashion, how can they go about doing so via social media and other networks?
Check me out on One Up RaRa. That's you could just Google One Up RaRa. All my sites tied in. The Tumblr, I got the Tumblr, I got Instagram, the Twitter, all the social sites, and it's the #1 UPRARA, man. And check me out, man. I'm down to earth. Anybody who follow me, I follow back. I follow everybody back. You know what I mean? I conversate with everybody. If you hit me up and you ain't talking reckless and you being on some positive, I'm gonna talk back to you. So I'm down to earth with mine. You know what I mean? It's been a humbling 10 years for me, because I came in the game in 2004 with Jermaine Durpi, and you know what I mean? It just, you know, growing up young and being from the environment I was from, I wasn't taking into the success very well. So a lot of times I wasn't the nicest guy to be dealing with, you know what I mean? But now, just over the 10-year course and just trying to get my stuff back going and really just learning, it's like, man, I get it now. So it's like I'm down to earth, man. You know, I'm networking with whoever it may be. I'm having a conversation with whoever it may be, because I feel like you can learn from anybody. Don't matter if it's a bum on the street or it's the richest person in the world, you know what I mean? So it's all good with me. I'm ready to learn from anybody, man. Even the negative people, you know what I mean? They can teach you something too. So it's really whatever to me, man. Ain't pretty much nothing that scare me, and ain't nothing gonna scare me off. So it's like, it's really whatever, man. Get at me though on the One Up RaRa. Like I say, Google that, check out the videos, and check out the project High End Low Light right now.
Yes, indeed. You can check that project out right now on Hip Hop Since 1987. You know what it is, your man El Dorado, live right now, New Era store in LA. You got the brother RaRa with us. Make sure you stay tuned to the site for a lot more from this brother. Yeah.